you can see that we've picked up, you kind of have this little area right here where you can see the reflectivity. Notice how there's almost this yellow and there's this red. Well, this right here is where we have the best chance for the tornado, this area right here. What I want to do is just zoom out because it'll make it a little bit easier to talk about. But you can see that this spot, this is it right here, because what's going on is you can wrap this precipitation around into the storm. We're picking up a little bit of a hook echo with this, and what I'll do is I'll actually just draw this onto here, because what you get happening is you have some rotation in the storm, and it will wrap this precipitation around on one side of the storm, and then on the front side where we're actually getting the inflow, where we're getting this energy to get sucked into the storm, this is where we have opposing winds. This is where those winds kind of wrap into the storm. And so this is the spot again right here where we are picking up the biggest threat for a tornado. This is just to the east of Bellbrook, just south of Xenia. So if you are in the Bellbrook area, you're getting pounded with rain, heavy winds, even the threat for some hail, a bit of an issue. If you're in Xenia, you're about to get hit with some very heavy rain. And actually this right here, good chance for a hail core right here. So if you're in the Xenia area, you're about to get pelted with some hail as well. But we're also going to have to watch out for that tornadic threat. And again, I think it does have a pretty good shot at clipping the southern portion of Xenia, the southeastern portion of Xenia. So this is, again, those are a couple spots where you want to take cover. And this is right here, US Highway 35. This looks like this is going to be tracking right about here. So kind of close to the US 35 and the US 68 interchange. So those are kind of two major routes right there. If you happen to live in that area, you got a few minutes before this starts to push into your area and you really start to pick up that threat for a tornado. What I want to do is we're going to move this over, and I'm actually going to get you an idea of exactly where this is going to be heading, because again, moving about 35 miles an hour. This spot right here is where we have the threat for the tornado, and this is going to be pushing in through, and it's going to, looks like that the 35 and the 68 interchange, again, that major interchange right here is where we're about 10 minutes away from that. So you got some time that you can head to your safe spot right now. You can head to your safe shelter. This is 12 minutes from Xenia. Wilberforce, you're around 19 minutes away from this, 27 minutes from Cedarville, as well as 27 from Jamestown. When we track these things, not only do we look at the radar, the precipitation, I was kind of pointing out where we were picking up a little bit of that hook echo earlier, but we also like to look at something known as shear in the atmosphere when we track these. Now, shear is nothing more than a change in wind speed and or wind direction with height. And when you can actually get those winds to speed up the higher you go, or even rotate the higher you go into the atmosphere, you do pick up that threat for that tornadic activity, and you do pick up that threat for those rotating storms. And you can see right here, this is just to the east of Xenia right now along 35. We're picking up a pretty good color right here when it comes to that shear. What I want to do is I want to get an idea of exactly what our radar is picking up. It's a moderate shear. Now, when you pick up a moderate shear value, that tells me that there is a good chance that not only are we getting a rotation, but we could actually be seeing some of this getting close to the ground. We have not gotten any word, though, that we have a tornado on the ground. Just want to reiterate that. This continues to be a radar-indicated tornado, but we have enough information. Again, with moderate shear, that means that this really does pick up some rotation. This really is showing a really nasty storm. So if you happen to be in the area, especially east of Xenia right now, where we're picking up some of the worst of that shear, you want to be taking cover. This is just to the east of Xenia, not quite there, but just to the east of Xenia along 35, and it's just to the southeast of 42 right now. This is moving, again, at around 35 miles an hour, moving out to the northeast. So that's going to push this on through the northeastern corner of Greene County, on into southeastern Clark County pretty quickly. Cedarville, you're around 8 minutes away from some of the worst of this rotation. South Charleston, around 28 minutes. Lisbon, around 31 minutes. So you still have time, if I'm reading these, you still have time to go and get to your safe area, and that's what you want to be doing right now. You want to be getting to your safe area. You want to be heading to your basement. If you don't have that basement, again, you want to get to the interior room of your home on the first floor. Basically put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible, and the basement is typically the safe, as obviously rather the safest place. But if you live on a slab like me, you want to head indoors to that interior room, and you want to make sure that you basically take a blanket to cover yourself, grab your shoes, grab a bike helmet if you have time, just in case there's any falling debris. You don't have to get hit by that if you have a helmet on, or if you're wearing shoes, you won't step on broken glass if that's an issue, because a lot of times that interior room on the first floor is typically a bathroom, so got to watch out for broken glass there. We, again, got word of a debris ball that is showing up on some of the radar products. So This is one, again, just to the south of Cedarville that you really need to be taking this warning very seriously. And what I want to do is show you the roads that are really affected by it. State Highway 72 North, again, just south of Cedarville, Turnbull Road, as well as Rakestraw Road, Federal Road, also looking at Hopping Road at getting some of that. And we are getting that we have now a confirmed tornado. It has been observed. This has been observed in Greene County, Greene County, I should say. The public have reported this. It's a public reported one, so radar is indicating this. And we have enough information from the fact that we're picking up products that are showing a debris ball, giving us that. Now we're getting word from the public that this has been spotted. The fact of the matter is, with a threat for debris ball being shown on the radar, that is a very strong indication that we're picking up that strong rotation that's actually in contact with the ground. And you can actually have a rotating column of air with a storm, but it's not technically a tornado until it actually touches the ground. And when we get that debris ball, what is going on is the radar is looking at the precipitation. It can also get an idea of how fast things are moving, but when it starts to pick up things that it normally doesn't see, it normally just looks at rain, normally looks at hail. It starts to pick up different pieces of debris. It shows up differently on the radar, and we have tools in place that you can look at it. And when you start to see that, then you know that there's something in contact, or there's something that's really causing an issue that's ripping debris up into the air, basically. Today's St. Patty's Day. I'm not wearing green. It's not because I'm not festive. Deborah and Jack are. This is the tie I wanted to wear. Let me show you what happens, though, when you wear green on the green screen. It disappears. So basically, I can't be festive today because this is what would have happened. Only I would like to have done is maybe wear as a belt because it's kind of slimming. You might even get to meet this handsome devil, Chris Mulcahy, who brought me some corn dog. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Because I always stayed out of trouble as a kid and as an adult. By the way, we're going to be at Oktoberfest this weekend, so make sure you head on out for that. Your mom watches every night?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw you under the bus. When are you going to have a ring on your finger? I'm just kidding.
That is
just kidding,
so
Mrs.
personal.
Hi, Mom.
All right, let's talk about what's going on with the weather. We're going to track.
She put you up to that, didn't she?
Yeah, we're going to track the
No
chance
comment.
for some rain as we head through the morning tomorrow. Better chance for rain. I'm sorry, James. I couldn't resist. He wasn't even supposed to be in this shot. He just didn't want to get rained on. So, come on in. Step on in with me.
It just started to pour literally as soon as we stood out here. It's miserable.
This is some miserable weather football. Not the best for trick-or-treating, but you know what? This is a game that's meant to be played in the elements, and that's what we're getting tonight. And you can see right here, we have a poster up, and I just want to point out, somebody has come by, and they have defaced Mulcahy. They drew him into a devil, and they're calling him a stinker. I don't know who did it, but we got to get to the bottom of this. And I'll help you with that tease. If you want to be able to make fun of us, stay at home and watch this, because there will be a humorous perspective on this. But the weather looks fantastic.
So I was just a couple weeks into kindergarten at this point in September of 1993. Nice little flashback there.
Yeah, and if you can't figure this out at home, I'm a lot older than he is. Good to see a local company getting some work. I just wish they were printing Cincinnati Reds logos on those t-shirts, but maybe next year. Let's start you off with our number of the night. It's 198. This is the amount of days it's been since our last snow in the Miami Valley, and there's a chance for some wet snowflakes by the end of the day tomorrow, if not into tomorrow night. And I just find that ironic. Tomorrow's Halloween. Some call that the spookiest day of the year. Last time we had snow in the Miami Valley was on April 15th, Tax Day. Some call that the spookiest day of the year. I guess it just depends on your perspective. Here's a look at your Kettering Health Network sky cam. Looks pretty nice right now in the area. Temperatures, though, are in the low 40s. We're cooling off pretty quickly. We're on our way into the upper 30s and low 40s across much of the area. And as some clouds roll in, this will help to put a floor on our temperatures. They won't drop too much more, but still, we are going to be seeing a cool one tonight, and you can see a little bit of rain. Some of this not quite hitting the ground just yet, but we could see a few sprinkles here and there as we head through the overnight hours. Clean sweeps right now in our area. Again, a few sprinkles off to the west. Again, not all of that is even hitting the ground. First warning futurecast, though, showing some clouds increasing through the overnight hours. Waking up tomorrow morning, upper 30s, low 40s, a chilly start. Sometime after around 9-10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we start to track some rain. Won't be overly heavy. We're not expecting a lot of thunder, but we will pick up a steady rain at times, and with temperatures in the mid-40s, going to be a nasty raw day. 12 o'clock lunchtime, we're going to be hitting that high. Temperatures falling into the afternoon as we get a little more rain. And basically this rain coming with a front that'll bring some cooler air with it. And you can see by 3 o'clock, we're still tracking a few scattered showers around the area. 6 o'clock, some kids going out to do some trick-or-treating. Still a few showers around the area. So again, a windy, wet night. Here's 8:30. We still have some of those stragglers getting the last of the candy. It feels like we are in the upper 20s, low 30s. Those are our wind chill values. And by the end of the day, again, chance for a few wet snowflakes. But don't expect expect much to stick. We're looking at a freeze watch tomorrow night and Saturday night because we'll be dipping down into the upper 20s and low 30s tomorrow night, the mid 20s by Saturday night. 39 is your low tonight. Clouds are increasing. You can't rule out that light sprinkle. Cold at the bus stop tomorrow with some rain developing by lunchtime, really late morning into the early afternoon. Kids will need that umbrella as they step off the bus. And we're on our way up to 46 in Dayton where you live tomorrow. Turning windy, rainy, just a raw, nasty day. 46 in Xenia, 43 up in Bell Fountain. We'll pick up those showers through the afternoon, really late morning afternoon. 44 in Urbana. And then we wake up upper 20s, low 30s on Saturday with a few flurries while we sleep. Best chance for that killing freeze of the season will be on Sunday, and we are going to fall back on Sunday. So, yeah, it's going to be cold over the weekend, but at least we get an extra hour of sleep. 57 on Monday, 58 on Tuesday with some showers late. More rain on Wednesday, drier but windy on Thursday, guys.
Now, your first warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Booth.
And winter doesn't officially end until March 20th, even though today felt a lot like spring. Unfortunately, though, Mother Nature is about to smack us with another winter system. We have a winter weather advisory going into effect at 8 a.m. for those counties that are north of I-70. It's in effect until 8 p.m. on Wednesday because we are going to see a system that will bring us a mixed bag of precipitation. We're going to start off with rain getting heavy at times. You can already see that right now out over the southern portion of Indiana, and it does look like this will be changing over to some sleet and eventually snow as we head into the overnight hours. But you can see streaming up out of the southwest now. Right here we're getting some false reflectivities, but that rain will be moving in as we head through the overnight hours. And a rumble of thunder or two, definitely not out of the question. It looks like we have the threat for moderate to heavy rain as you drive into work tomorrow. And then you'll have to watch out for slick spots because we'll be dealing with some of that snow that will fall through the day tomorrow. So both commutes are going to be a bit of a mess. 52 is the current temperature in Dayton. We've dropped down to 42 in Salina, 45 in Bell Fountain. Here's a look at your first warning futurecast. You can see our rain is developing as we head through the overnight hours. Again, can't rule out some thunder and that heavy rain. And temperatures are in the 30s, if not the low 40s by 7 a.m. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're already starting to see a little bit of snow and sleet working in the far northwest by 7 a.m. Looks like it really starts to take hold, especially in the northwestern and really western portion of the Miami Valley by 9 o'clock. And then this changes over to mainly snow by lunchtime with still a little bit of sleet out in the southeast. And right here, our first morning futurecast painting some sleet in Dayton. I think it's mainly snow, though, by the time we hit that lunchtime hour. All snow into the afternoon at 3 o'clock. You can see we're picking up some heavy snow, especially in the northern portion of the Miami Valley, which is where we have that winter weather advisory. That's where we're expecting the highest snowfall totals. And this will start to taper off to some light snow showers by the time you're driving home. But again, looks like we have a slick commute home, and then temperatures plummet tomorrow night, which means that any moisture that melts will have the potential to refreeze for your Thursday morning commute. So let's just recap what we're expecting. Heavy rain will turn to snow through and sleet through this event. Looks like at 7 a.m. in Dayton, we're dealing with rain, a mix by 10 a.m., and then by 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Dayton, all snow with temperatures falling through this event, and it is going to be frigid by the end of the day. Here's what it looks like in the heart of the Miami Valley: Eaton, Dayton, Xenia, Springfield, Springboro, even Troy, around 1 to 3, but I think in areas Dayton and South, closer to around 1 to 2, about a dusting to an inch or so in the far southern portion of the Miami Valley. And then if you are along or north of 36, Greenville, Piqua, Sidney, as well as Wapakoneta, Salina, Bell Fountain, expect 2 to 4. I put this plus here because some spots in the far north will be picking up a little bit more. 37, though, is the low tonight. That's also really going to be the high because tomorrow, yes, we're going to start out in the low 50s, but for all intents and purposes, we're in the mid 30s to start out the day, and temperatures are falling through the day. We see moderate snow, about 1 to 3 inches in Springfield, Enon, Tip City. In the northern portion of the Miami Valley, we'll hit our highs early. Temperatures fall through the day. It will be windy with that heavier snow in the north, around 2 to 4 inches. Again, maybe a few spots in the far north that see a little bit more. Hitting 28 with a slick start on your Thursday. Friday looks a bit better. I like that. 54 degrees, and then we get some sunshine, a little rain to start out the weekend, but we're cooler by the end of the weekend, warming back up by the end of the 7-day.